Well, hello and goodbye from Bohemia. This might be the last time that I ever set foot on the boat. It's very emotional for me. I spent the last 5 days on my own shutting down Bohemia and just getting her ready for hurricane season storage, but also for sale. We've had a very, very dramatic turn of events the past 3 weeks. And poor Peter hasn't been aboard ever since, if that gives you a clue as to what's happened. I don't know quite how to tell this story. We're starting at the end, obviously, with Bohemia shut down and soon to be put for sale. We haven't done much filming just because it's felt, well, frankly, pretty gruesome, documenting what we've been through. And certainly wouldn't be in keeping with our usual light-hearted style. It's been pretty full on. Where shall I start though? We had COVID, which might be where the last episode that we ever edit leaves off. We had COVID here on the Hook, just a few miles away from here, on the other side of the island. And, you know, we thought, that's it, bad luck. Just a bit of COVID before we head home and visit our friends. And good to get it out of the way before hurricane season and before we end up traveling. So I was getting better 3 days after we had the little test. And Peter wasn't, poor Peter. He was getting worse. He had some weird symptoms, some cold sweats, a little bit of swelling on his chest. And so we were in two minds really, but we decided out of an abundance of caution to take him into A&E or the ER here, the local hospital here in Aruba. And we just took him in on the dinghy. We took the bus just any other day really. And that was the last time he left the boat. He hasn't been discharged from hospital ever since. Yeah, he's really been through a lot. We both have, but obviously more him than me. The cardiologist came to see him in Aruba, and she told him that his heart was failing, that his heart was infected with endocarditis, some unidentified infection. We still don't know what it was. But the bacteria that got in there destroyed his aortic valve, his main heart valve, and there was really nothing left of the valve. And so the only course of action was to keep him in hospital on IV antibiotics, and he had to await urgent airlift, an air ambulance to Colombia, which is the nearest cardiac hospital, for surgery. So he was waiting for 3 days in Aruba, I think. They finally managed to get him a flight out at this little airport. He had a little private jet to himself and me. And an hour later, he was in Bucaramanga, Colombia. And a few days after that, he managed to have an urgent operation to replace his aortic valve. And to repair some damage that they found to his mitral valve, another valve inside the heart. So he was under the knife for 4¼ hours. While I was waiting there nervously down below in the hospital. And he did well. The surgeon came and spoke to me immediately after the operation while they were still stitching him up. And the prognosis, I was told, is pretty good. It's windy. I'm gonna just sit down here, so hopefully this footage is usable. So the prognosis the surgeon told me was good. Hopefully he should make a pretty full recovery. He's right now in Colombia on IV antibiotics. He needs to stay on those for a month in total, and he's already up and about. So that's the good news. Yeah, it was a real scary and close situation. He was, I mean, when I think about it, really just days away from his heart failing. So we're lucky in many ways that we were in Aruba with good medical facilities within fairly easy reach. A lot of the time when we've been cruising, that just hasn't been possible. So, you know, when I think of some of the other places we've spent years at a time, tens of months at a time, if it had happened there, then there may have been nothing we could have done until it was too late. So everything's really lucky. It's worked out really well. But with everything that's happened, all this drama, we have decided that now is the time that we're going to sell the boat. We're going to finish cruising. We've had an amazing 7 years living aboard this old girl. She's treated us amazingly well. We've put a lot of blood, sweat, and, well, until recently, no tears, but alright, a few tears in the last few weeks. We put a lot into her, and we've got a lot of amazing memories. Had a lot of adventures, and we're so lucky. We're so lucky to have fitted these adventures in while we're still young and healthy and able to have the adventure of a lifetime. We have amazing memories and some amazing things that we're going to look back on fondly. We're old and grey, so no, there's really nothing to be sorry for, apart from the huge shock in which has happened. Obviously, if we were to have a choice, we would have sailed her, done a bit more justice to the Eastern Caribbean, gone up the east coast of the US, and put her up for sale somewhere on the East Coast, maybe in a year or two. That was the master plan that we've been telling a few people, but it wasn't to be. You don't get to choose the timing of these things, and we're just lucky that it's worked out the way it did. So Bohemia's safe and sound. We put her away. I've flown back here from the hospital to finish shutting her down and putting her away for the season and setting her up really for the next lucky buyer. We're going to list her for sale. We're going to list her for sale within the next few days, I think, and hopefully she'll be ready for someone looking for a boat to start at the end of hurricane season, ready to go in October. We're really lucky that we've got her down here in Aruba. It's now early July and there's already the first record-breaking hurricane of the season about to make landfall in Grenada, Hurricane Beryl, the first Category 4 that has ever formed this early in the season. So we were originally planning or hoping to get as far as Grenada this season and leave her there, because by most accounts it's a safe place, but not so. So anyway, Aruba is a safe place, and it's pretty well out of the way. She's stored safely here on the dry. So yeah, we'll list her soon. We'll put the advert up there, and I don't know how much more footage we're going to take for the rest of Sailing Bohemia. This might be the end of the series. Almost 200 episodes. We nearly made it to 200. I hope you've really enjoyed watching along as much as we've enjoyed making them. It's really been a blast. We've found some amazing fans, some followers, really dedicated people, some fantastic patrons, who've been sponsoring these adventures really from the very beginning. I was just chatting with an old work colleague of mine, Chad, who was our first ever patron member. Even before we put the site live, before we even decided we were going to do it, bless him, he found the site and just signed up. So then we decided, well, we better just do it, bite the bullet, and see how many other people are interested in joining the adventure. And from there, it's been a whirlwind. So yeah, some people have been with us for 4.5 years, which is it's just amazing. And my heartfelt thanks go out to you, to our other followers, to everyone who's left comments, who's liked and shared the videos, and who's just enjoyed watching along at home. I hope we brought you some pleasure. I don't know what we're going to do next exactly. I know that we're going to be land-based, and we're UK bound right now, to be a little bit closer to some wonderful friends and family who've been amazing and supported us through this really difficult few weeks. It's been really tough being so far away, and I think it's times like this when you realise just how far away you are. So yeah, we'll have some land-based adventures ahead of us. As I say, no reason for sadness, apart from the shock of it all, really. Would have been nice to have Peter aboard, and to have given Bohemia the farewell that she deserves. I don't know, break a bottle of champagne against the hull or something. Or have a bit of a party on board, maybe when we reached Florida, but it wasn't to be. We'll have a virtual party instead. So maybe we'll have some future adventures and some future videos to post, either on this channel or something that we're linked to from Instagram. So if you're not already following us on all the channels, please do. And I don't know what the future holds exactly, but maybe is all I can say for now. But hopefully we'll stay in touch and make the occasional announcements, so we're not going to be strangers. But the update for now is Bohemia is safe and sound. We put her away well. We might post a video of the sales listing soon to appear. I think I'll do a separate video for that. And we'll post some updates in the future. Bohemia's crew is also safe and well, so a happy ending in that respect as well. Peter's doing well in hospital, and he's making a really, really good recovery. So I'll put some photos of the ordeal that we've been through as the background roll for this video, no doubt, so you can follow along a little bit, even though we don't have any really usable footage. It was really the last thing on our minds when we were going through it all. That's why we'll never make a big league YouTube channel, probably, because the cameras were just away while we were dealing with all this shit. Okay, well, I better stop myself from rambling. I'm about to get locked into the boatyard, I think. It's past shutting down time. They've already clocked off. I think I have a key in this bundle somewhere. It's actually the first time in 5.5 years that I've had any keys to look after. So I better get used to that for adjusting to land life. We've got things that we might lock up occasionally, and things that I have to not lose. That's why I got him on a little lanyard around my neck for now, while I adjust. Okay, alright, Captain checking out for the last time. Or the last time on Bohemia, at least. Alright. The end of an adventure. And so many happy memories. And here's to the next adventure. And lots more memories and adventures to come. Thank you so much for following along. I'm sorry that we had to end it like this. in quite such a dramatic style. But it's just the way it works out sometimes. Okay, enough. Goodbye and farewell. Fair winds to you all.